Now, levelling up is always a chore, and we know with fresh realms coming for Wrath of the Lich King, everyone's starting from level 1. A little bit of help along the way wouldn't go amiss. Blizzard are not just doing this, but they're also doing it for all realms, so obviously it's going to be across the board. So if you're wanting to get back and get ready for Northrend by leveling a character but you can't bear the thought of doing all that 1 to 70 journey again, you can now do it 50% faster. Let's have a look why. Blizzard have announced a special event for Classic WoW, Joyous Journeys. As we continue to work on Wrath of the Lich King Classic, we want to celebrate the defeat of Kil'jaeden and the Burning Legion, again, with a bit of a special event to help get players ready for their adventures in Northrend. In the coming weeks, we will implement a global buff that we're calling Joyous Journeys. During the time this buff is active, all sources of experience points will award 50% additional XP. So that's cool, that's kills, that's quests, dungeons, absolutely everything. 50% extra XP. During the pre-patch, I'd expect Battleground XP to be available as well, in which case 50% extra XP in Battlegrounds. Think if there's a weekend, like an AV weekend or something, with the 50% extra XP as well, that's pretty huge. We haven't locked down a specific time frame for when this buff will activate, but we expect it to last for at least 6 to 8 weeks, beginning a few weeks before the 3.4.0 pre-patch, and persisting right up until the day that Wrath of the Lich King Classic launches. I mean, that's great news for anyone rolling fresh, because that has been one of the major complaints. Obviously it's just a leveling on times 1 XP. You haven't got any heirlooms yet or anything like that, obviously, and it is going to be quite slow. But 50% XP buff, obviously that is going to help out massively, so that's really good news. If you are rolling fresh, just a quick plug, this is not mine, this is nothing to do with me, but if you're rolling fresh and you're wondering about how to find a guild, I'll put a Discord for a new fresh classic Discord in the description below. People are advertising guilds, looking for guilds, general fresh chat, sharing strategies, stuff like that. It's been set up by a friend we know, but again, if you're looking for a community for fresh, links in the description below. This buff should provide a great opportunity for everyone who may have fallen behind the leveling curve, or anyone with alts they want to prep for the next adventure to jump in and get caught up to level 70 ahead of the release of Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Now, it's also worth noting that actually you're going to get sort of a 30% XP nerf across the board between 60 and 70, so Outland's going to be quicker anyway in the pre-patch. So even though you're going to get this 50% XP buff, it might be worth waiting until the pre-patch to still do the leveling, just because it's going to be even quicker then. But you could make use of the 50% XP from 1 to 60 as soon as it goes live, but then it probably would still be worth waiting to do Outland during the pre-patch. Just a tip. This will also be active on the Wrath of the Lich King Fresh Start realms as well, so it should be a great jump start for any players who want to try and level up quickly during the pre-patch and participate in the various Wrath pre-patch events such as Zombie Plague, or special time limited bosses such as Balzaphon in Stratholme or Tenris Merkblood in Karazhan. Gotta get that two-handed axe where you jump up and down and play the guitar. I mean, while we aren't quite ready to announce specific dates around Wrath Classic, we felt it might be helpful to let you know ahead of time that this buff event was coming. We'll have more to share around Wrath of the Lich King Classic launch plans in the coming weeks. So let's just look back at the very first statement here. Alright, well, it wasn't the first one, it was a little bit further down, but we haven't locked down the specific time frame for when this buff will activate, but we expect it to last for at least 6 to 8 weeks, beginning a few weeks before the 3.4.0 pre-patch. And if we jump back one paragraph, in the coming weeks, we will implement a buff. So in the coming weeks, so we will expect in the next, coming weeks should really be between 1 and 4. After that, it's over a month. Weeks is normally short term. So you're looking at this buff probably coming in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, and then a couple of months with the buff until the pre-patch goes out. That means beta literally should be dropping today, or this week, this weekend, very soon. So keep an eye on your emails. Overall, I feel like this is really good news for anyone who's coming back to the game but doesn't want to level super slow, or has got alts that they just want to finish off. I'll reiterate again, you will get an XP reduction during TBC, so I would recommend waiting to do that portion of the leveling until the pre-patch and really make use of this 50% XP buff. But if you're going fresh, this is absolutely amazing, because getting that 50% extra XP using a guide like Rested XP just to glide you through that journey and getting the extra 50% XP is massive. If you don't know what Rested XP is, link in the description below. Yes, it's a paid guide, and yes, it's an affiliate code, so I get kicked back from it as well, but you will not level faster without it. With all that said and done, like and subscribe and roll the outro.
There's lots of ways you can support the channel to keep me here putting out World of Warcraft content and covering all future MMOs. Consider joining the channel as a member. You get access to emotes. Everyone will know you're a member when you comment on future videos because you get a nice icon next to your name. And you get access to members-only videos, which I'll be putting a lot of on the channel throughout the year. Additionally, there's a Patreon link in the description as well. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.